Folks, we're just 60 days into President Trump's second term, and let me tell you, the man hasn't stopped moving. The swamp creatures, the establishment, the media, they're all reeling, because he's actually getting things done. They can't stand it, but the American people, they see the results. They see the deals, the jobs, the secure borders, and that's what we're going to talk about tonight. Real action, not empty promises. We're going to break down the most important moves President Trump has made in these first 60 days. Moves that are already having a huge impact on this country. We're talking about massive deals with American companies, bringing jobs back home where they belong. We're talking about finally taking on illegal immigration and securing our borders. We're talking about bold leadership, the kind of leadership this country has been craving for decades. So buckle up, because we've got a lot to cover. In the first 60 days of President Trump's second term, the administration has hit the ground running with a focus on revitalizing the economy, enhancing national security, and addressing critical issues like illegal immigration. Here's a breakdown of key achievements and initiatives. Now, you might have heard the fake news trying to bury this story, but folks, this is huge. President Trump just secured a $500 billion deal with Oracle, one of America's biggest tech giants. That's right, $500 billion. You don't hear about numbers like that every day, do you? And you know what that means? Jobs, folks, good-paying American jobs. The kind of jobs that disappear when these globalist elites decide to ship everything overseas. But not this time. President Trump is bringing those jobs back, and he's doing it by making America the leader in the tech world again. This deal puts Oracle at the forefront of cloud computing, and it sends a clear message to the rest of the world. America is open for business, but we're playing to win. And the hits just keep on coming. Apple, another one of America's most iconic companies, just announced a massive expansion right here in the USA. $100 billion invested in American manufacturing and research and development, creating tens of thousands of jobs, and guess who made it happen? That's right, Donald J. Trump. The same media that loves to attack him, they're awfully quiet about this one, aren't they? That's because they can't stand to see President Trump proving them wrong again. They said he couldn't bring back manufacturing jobs. They said companies like Apple would never invest in America again. Well, the results speak for themselves. Now let's talk about the future, folks. While the rest of the world is stuck in the past, President Trump is positioning America at the forefront of the digital revolution. He understands that cryptocurrency is here to stay, and he's not afraid to lead the way. That's why he established the U.S. Bitcoin Reserve, a bold move that sent shockwaves through the global financial system. The elites, the ones who benefit from the old ways of doing things, they hate it. They don't want to see America in control of this new technology. But President Trump doesn't care about their complaints. He cares about the American people, and he knows that this is the future. Chapter 4, El Salvador Prison. Deal, taking control of our borders. Let's be clear, illegal immigration is a crisis. It's a crisis for our national security, it's a crisis for our economy, and it's a crisis for our communities. And for years, the politicians in Washington, both Democrats and Republicans, they've refused to do anything about it. They've turned a blind eye to the problem, and in some cases, they've even encouraged it. But President Trump is different. He understands the threat posed by illegal immigration, and he's not afraid to take action. That's why he brokered a deal with the government of El Salvador to build a high-security prison designed specifically to house individuals involved in illegal trafficking and immigration-related offenses. This is about sending a message. If you break our laws, if you try to enter our country illegally, there will be consequences. Chapter 5. The Trump economy. Jobs, jobs, jobs. Remember when the economy was in the tank? When unemployment was sky high and businesses were fleeing the country? That was the reality under the previous administration. But then President Trump came along and changed everything. He cut taxes, he slashed regulations, and he unleashed the power of the American economy. And what happened? Jobs came roaring back. The stock market soared to new heights, and for the first time in decades, the American people felt like they had a leader who was fighting for them. The media, of course, they tried to take credit for it. They said it was all a coincidence. But the American people weren't fooled. Chapter 6. Backing the blue law and order in America. In these uncertain times, there's one thing we can always count on. President Trump's unwavering support for law enforcement. From day one, He's made it clear that he has the backs of the brave men and women who put their lives on the line every day to keep us safe. He's increased funding for law enforcement, he's provided them with the resources they need to do their jobs, and he's stood up for them against the radical left's relentless attacks. Because let's be honest folks, the left hates the police. They want to defund them, they want to dismantle them, they want to leave our communities vulnerable to criminals and thugs. But President Trump will never let that happen. He understands that law and order are the foundation of a civilized society, and he will always stand with the thin blue line. Outro: America's resurgence, the Trump legacy begins. Folks, these first 60 days have been a whirlwind of activity, a testament to President Trump's tireless work ethic and his unwavering commitment to putting America first. He's secured groundbreaking deals, created jobs, strengthened our borders, and stood up for the values that make this country great. The swamp is fighting back, of course, they always do. But they're losing, and they know it. The American people are waking up and they're rejecting the lies and the hypocrisy of the establishment. They're rallying behind a leader who speaks directly to them, a leader who understands their concerns and who is fighting for their interests. The next 4 years are going to be something truly special. We're going to see America reclaim its rightful place as a beacon of freedom and prosperity for the world. So stay tuned, folks, because the best is yet to come. The first 60 days of President Trump's second term have been marked by decisive actions aimed at strengthening the American economy, securing borders, and positioning the U.S. as a global leader in technology and finance. With major deals like the Oracle agreement, Apple expansion, and the Bitcoin reserve, the administration is laying the groundwork for long-term prosperity and ensuring the safety and security of the American people. These actions reflect a commitment to bold leadership and a clear vision for America's future. Stay tuned for more updates as President Trump continues to deliver on his promises to make America great again.